All right, we're continuing. 5 more questions from our quiz, Kabbalah Quiz. We were up to 20. And we're discussing level of the soul, level of worlds. And we're up to number 21. 21, what do these levels of the souls do? So we say we have 5 levels of the souls, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, Yechida. Each one of those levels, as mentioned quickly last time, are connected to the 5 dimensions that exist in the world, the 5 worlds, which we say Asiya, Yetzira, Bria, Atzilut, and Adam Kadmon. What's happening is that whenever we use part of that neshama, the world corresponding to that level of the soul is affected. So let's say I do something in the physical world with my nefesh, the lowest level, and I do an action, physical action. Let's say I speak. So there are vibrations happening, and those vibrations affect the physical world. When I have emotions coming out, emotions correspond to my second level of my soul, which is the ruach, to the heart. Then my emotions go into the world of Yetzirah, and that's the world of angels, and those angels take that emotions and are able to bring it up to heaven. If I don't have that emotions, then the material, the word I said is only physical and cannot be brought from Asiya to Yetzirah to higher. And with Bria, the third, the Neshama, the third level of Neshama, I'm able to bring an intention, a Kavanah, and that intention connects me to the world of Bria, which enables my word to go even higher. So we have Asiya for the Nefesh, for the physical world, it's a more physical action. Then you have Ruach corresponding to emotions. Then you have Neshama corresponding to the head, thoughts, intentions, memory. And then we have Chaya, which is an energy that is around us, that surrounds us and protects us, what we call the aura. And it grows and shrikens based on what we do. And then we have the Yechida, which is the root, the soul that connects us to everything. So that's what they do. The only reason I can feel or have and experience whatever I experience is thanks to those 5 things. There are 5 levels of pleasure. Those 5 levels of pleasure enables me the physical pleasure, emotional pleasure, intellectual pleasure, spiritual pleasure, and God Himself. Those are the 5 levels, and each level of the soul enables me to experience one of those pleasure. When we can fix all 5 levels, then we're able to have the greatest possible experience human being can have. That's why we're here on earth, and that's what we'll experience in the Olam Haba, in the spiritual world with God, when the world of reward. After we die, after Moshiach. So, question 22, what is hell? Hell is basically a purification process, a process that enables me to go to heaven. If I almost accomplished my mission in life, I'm able to go to heaven, but I need to go through a purification process because of anything that I might have not fixed yet. So anything I'm not fixed, I can go to the dry cleaner, so to speak, and get cleansed. There are many ways to experience what hell is, but it's a good thing in Judaism. Hell is a good thing. Obviously, it's not the best thing. We don't want to have to go to hell. If someone does teshuvah, pure repentance, complete repentance, he doesn't need to go to hell. He doesn't need to have any cleansing because he cleaned himself in this world, and then he can go straight to heaven. Hell never lasts more than 12 months. That's the cycle of hell, and obviously it's not the same months as the physical world, but it corresponds to 12 months of the physical world, for which we say Kaddish. We say Kaddish for 12, really 11 months, but that's the extent of time. That's 22. 23, what is the difference between Gan Eden, Olam Haneshamos, and Olam Haba? Basically, translated in English, what is the difference between Gan Eden, which is paradise, where Adam Arishon was put, the Garden of Eden, then between Olam Haneshamos, the world of souls, and Olam Haba, the world to come. So Gan Eden is the place where Adam Arishon was put. It was a place of perfect harmony between physical and spiritual, and that place was a place that where you can connect to God and grow from there, from spirituality to spirituality, to different levels, higher and higher. That's what we try to go back to, because we were cast out in order to fix ourselves from our mistakes before we go back there. And when we go back there, which is when Moshiach will come, we're going to go back to that level for 1,000 years of Gan Eden, of Moshiach, where we will be able to do our mitzvahs with full power, the way it was intended at the beginning, and have relation with God on a very spiritual level. Olam Haneshamos is a limbo world. It's a temporary world. It's a temporary hotel for souls. It's where when you die and you don't need to come back to be reincarnated until Moshiach come, and you're reincarnated to experience that, or until at least Olam Haba, you are put into storage. The 7-star worlds. There's from 1 to 7, depending on how great you were. You will be put. In the Zohar, it's called Hechalot, and sanctuary, and there's 7 levels based on how great you made your life be, how much you changed the world. You're going to be stored in one of those 7 stars from 1 to 7. Then comes Olam Haba. That's the last stage where you gonna experience the full reward of what you had accomplished in this world. We don't know exactly how Olam Haba looks like, but it's going to start from the year 8,000 and on. 8, 9, 10, that's 3 different levels of Olam Haba, and explained by the Ramchal, and a few others. And after 10,000, we don't know what Olam Haba becomes. Some know, only very few Mekubalim know a bit about what's happening there, but basically it becomes something beyond that. We have no idea what it is. Those are the 3 differences. Then we have number 24. Where do we go when we die? So when we die, there are different. Actually, made a video very recently about that. Different choices. Or if you are evil for 3 times in a row, you're reincarnated 3 times in a row because you were so evil from A to Z. You're like a Hitler in 3 times. Then your soul is completely destroyed. You're not. You disappear. That's if you're evil from A to Z and never repented. Then, or if you're a good person, then what's happening? Or medium person, medium normal person, then and you didn't finish your mission, then you are sent back in the next life, in another life again, in order to finish your mission. If you had made a very bad sin that you need to fix, you're reincarnated sometimes, if it's a really bad sin, it can be a vegetal or a plant or an animal, and you're stuck there for a certain amount of time, but that's pretty rare. Then you have and you have in terms of reincarnation, as many times as you can. Then as you want, as long the more the worse. I mean, it hurts our soul to get reincarnated. So the goal, the next stage is, the next option is you go to Gan Eden, you finish your mission, in which case your soul leaves your body, the beating of the grave, in order to your soul to disconnect from the body. It is a 3 stages: 7 days, 30 days, and 1 year, and then eventually it goes into if you still have some sins that you didn't fix, you go to hell up to 12 months, the first year, and from there where you get clean in hell, you can go to Olam Haneshamos, the 7-star hotels that we discussed, where you're stored and you wait until Olam Haba or Moshiach to be reincarnated. And then another thing that can happen is that you don't go to hell, you go straight to heaven, and wait in the 7-star hotel. Then there's also something called a limbo, Sheol, or Kavakela, which is where the soul is these things that is not accepted in heaven, accepted in hell, or in hell, or anywhere. It's not ready, cannot go, and needs a fixing, but a fixing that where you cannot even come back as a human being. So this is like a limbo state, like Inception, where you're in between worlds and you can never go out of it. There are ways to go out, I believe, as far as I remember, because the soul can look. That's when sometimes you have Ibo Neshama, or I forgot the term, when you have a possession, and what's happening when you have a possession, the soul goes into the body and use that body in order to be fixed. So that's or sometimes you can go even in animals to be fixed, but that's a little bit different. That's what we said before. Sorry, I'm still thinking of what's the word. It's not Gilgulim, is dibuk. When a soul is take possession of the body. Okay, then we have, where do we go when we die? No, so we said then number 25 is, do we believe in reincarnation? If yes, why do we reincarnate? So obviously, as I spoke before, we reincarnate. We believe 100% reincarnation, 100%. Obviously, there are always a few who disagree. I don't remember if it's the Ibn Ezra or I think it's Ibn Ezra. There's a few big rabbis who actually disagree with that. The majority of opinion still agree that we are reincarnated. Almost all commentary speaks about reincarnation, but it's not. It's more connected to Kabbalah. So because Kabbalah has been removed or hidden for a while from Judaism, a lot of those concepts have been removed. But the truth is, if there was no reincarnation, most of the world will make sense, and most of the Torah will make sense. Avram is why are we born the way we are born, with all the problems we have? Just like that, bad luck. There's no such a thing as bad luck. You come back with something. Plus, beside that, there's plenty of proofs that the reincarnation exists. We have kids remembering their reincarnations, their past life. You can even go through hypnosis and then regression and bring you in the past life, and then people have started speaking different languages from their past life, or you bring details. There's a great video from Rabbi Mizrahi, A Life After Death, where he speaks about proofs, and there's many other proofs from non-Jewish sources too. A lot of cases studied, and they are irrefutable. And we're finished for today.